Welcome back to the channel. Have you ever held a penny in your hand and wondered if it could be worth more than its face value? What if I told you that one tiny coin, a 1944 D. Lincoln penny, sold for a jaw-dropping $1.9 million? Yes, you heard that right. In this video, we're diving deep into the fascinating history, rarity, and jaw-dropping value of one of the most intriguing coins in American numismatic history. So, grab a seat, because you're about to embark on a thrilling journey into the world of rare coins and uncover the secrets behind the 1944 D. Lincoln penny. The Lincoln penny, a brief history before we delve into the specifics of the 1944 D. penny. Let's rewind and talk about the Lincoln penny in general. Introduced in 1909, the Lincoln cent was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's portrait. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this iconic penny commemorated the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Its obverse features Lincoln's bust, while the reverse originally showcased two wheat stalks, earning it the nickname Wheat Penny. From 1909 to 1958, these wheat pennies became a staple of American currency. But not all pennies are created equal, and that brings us to the star of our story, the 1944 D. Lincoln penny. What makes the 1944 D. penny special? In 1944, the world was deep in the throes of World War II. Copper, a critical material for war production, was in short supply, so in 1943, the U.S. Mint switched to steel pennies coated with zinc. However, by 1944, the Mint returned to using copper, thanks to recycled shell casings from the war effort. While millions of these copper pennies were minted that year, a handful of anomalies slipped through the cracks, and that's where our story takes a dramatic turn. The 1944 D. Lincoln penny, minted in Denver, stands out due to a rare and fascinating error. Some of these pennies were struck on leftover steel planchets from 1943 instead of the proper copper ones. This mistake makes these coins incredibly rare and valuable, as collectors hunt tirelessly for these accidental treasures. How rare is the 1944 D. penny? Rarity is the cornerstone of coin collecting, and the 1944 D. steel penny is among the rarest U.S. coins ever produced. Experts estimate that only a few dozen of these coins exist today, with even fewer in mint condition. This extreme rarity has made the 1944 D. penny one of the most sought-after coins in the world. To put this into perspective, millions of 1944 copper pennies were minted, but only a minuscule fraction of the 1944 D. pennies were accidentally struck on steel planchets. These errors often went unnoticed for decades, as they closely resembled the standard 1943 steel pennies. But sharp-eyed collectors and numismatists began identifying these rare coins, sparking a frenzy in the coin-collecting community. The $1.9 million sale. Let's talk about the jaw-dropping value of the 1944 D. penny. In 2021, a pristine example of this coin sold for an astonishing $1.9 million at auction. Why such a high price? It's a combination of factors: its rarity, historical significance, and the sheer excitement of owning such a legendary piece of numismatic history. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar for coins like the 1944 D. penny because they're not just currency, they're tangible pieces of history. Each coin tells a story, and this one speaks to a unique moment in time when the demands of war reshaped even the smallest details of everyday life, like the materials used to mint pennies. How to identify a 1944 D. steel penny? So, how can you tell if you have one of these million-dollar coins? Here's what to look for. Weight: the standard 1944 copper penny weighs about 3.11 grams, while the steel penny weighs 2.7 grams. A precise scale can help you determine the difference. Steel is magnetic, so if your 1944 D. penny sticks to a magnet, you might be holding a treasure. Visual inspection: the color of a steel penny is typically silvery, unlike the reddish hue of copper. However, steel pennies often corrode over time, so keep that in mind when inspecting. Professional grading: if you think you found a 1944 D. steel penny, get it authenticated by a reputable coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll verify its authenticity and assign it a grade, which greatly impacts its value. Other valuable Lincoln pennies. While the 1944 D steel penny is the star of this video, it's not the only Lincoln penny worth big bucks. Here are a few other valuable pennies to keep an eye out for. 1909 SVDB, the first year of the Lincoln penny, with designer Victor David Brenner's initials prominently displayed. Value, up to $100,000 in top condition. 1914 D, a low mintage penny from the Denver Mint. Value, up to $30,000.1955 double die, a striking error where the date and lettering appear doubled. Value, up to $125,000. The thrill of coin collecting. Coin collecting is more than just a hobby, it's a thrilling adventure. Every coin has a story to tell, and the hunt for rare treasures like the 1944 D penny adds an element of excitement that keeps collectors hooked. Whether you're sifting through loose change, browsing flea markets, or attending auctions, you never know when you might stumble upon a hidden gem. Chapter 8, Final Thoughts. The story of the 1944 D Lincoln penny is a testament to the fascinating world of numismatics. From its historical context to its astronomical value, this tiny coin captures the imagination of collectors and history enthusiasts alike. Who would have thought that a simple penny could be worth $1.90 million? So, the next time you're sorting through your pocket change, take a closer look. You might just find a piece of history, or even a fortune, hiding in plain sight. We're diving deep into a tiny piece of American history that could be worth a fortune. That's right, we're talking about the 1-cent 1980 Lincoln penny from the United States of America. Believe it or not, some of these pennies have been sold for as much as $1.8 million. Yes, you heard that correctly. $1.80 million for a penny. So, grab your pocket change, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for in these little copper treasures. Let's get started. The Lincoln penny is one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history. First minted in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, it was also the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's portrait. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln penny replaced the Indian head cent and became an instant classic. Fast forward to 1980, and the Lincoln penny was still going strong. By this time, the coin's reverse side featured the Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced in 1959. This design was a nod to the legacy of one of America's greatest presidents. But what makes the 1980 penny so special? Why are collectors and investors willing to pay millions for a coin that most people wouldn't give a second glance to? The answers lie in a mix of history, rarity, and fascinating minting errors. Let's zoom in on the 1980 Lincoln penny. The coin was struck in two primary compositions, 95% copper and 5% zinc. By 1982, the composition would change to a primarily zinc core with a thin copper coating due to rising metal costs. But in 1980, these pennies were still made with a significant amount of copper, giving them a unique place in history as one of the last batches of predominantly copper pennies. The 1980 penny was minted at 3 locations, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint left its own distinct mark on the coin. Philadelphia pennies had no mint mark, Denver pennies had a D mark, and San Francisco pennies featured an S. But what truly set some of these pennies apart are the errors and unique characteristics that make them incredibly valuable. When it comes to coin collecting, rarity is king. And in the case of the 1980 Lincoln penny, rarity often stems from minting errors. Here are some of the most sought-after errors to look for. Double die obverse, DDO. This error occurs when the design on the die is doubled, resulting in a noticeable duplication of the lettering or design elements. On a 1980 penny, a DDO might show doubling on the word Liberty, the date, 1980, or the phrase, In God We Trust. These errors can fetch thousands of dollars at auction. Off-center strikes. In this error, the coin's design is not properly aligned with the blank planchet, leaving part of the design off the edge of the coin. The more off-center the strike, the more valuable the penny becomes. Repunched mint marks, RPM. These are coins where the mint mark was stamped more than once, often slightly misaligned. An RPM error on a 1980 penny, especially from the Denver or San Francisco mints, can add significant value. transitional errors. Some 1980 pennies have been found with compositions or designs that don't match their intended specifications. These are incredibly rare and can sell for astronomical sums. So, how does a penny go from being worth 1 cent to selling for $1.8 million? The answer lies in a perfect storm of rarity, condition, and collector demand. One example is a 1980 penny in pristine condition with a rare error. Coins graded as MS 67 or higher, mint state, near perfect condition, by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can command sky-high prices. The $1.8 million penny in question was likely sold at a high-profile auction, where wealthy collectors competed to own a unique piece of history. These types of sales often make headlines, further driving interest and demand for similar coins. While not every 1980 penny will fetch such a staggering sum, finding one with the right combination of rarity and condition could still make you a tidy profit. Now that you know what makes the 1980 penny so valuable, how can you find one? Here are some tips. Check your change. Start by examining your loose change. You never know when a rare penny might turn up in your pocket or coin jar. Visit coin shops and shows. Local coin shops and collector shows are great places to find and learn about rare coins. Dealers often have extensive knowledge and may even help you identify valuable pennies. Invest in a magnifying glass. Many valuable errors are tiny and difficult to spot with the naked eye. A good magnifying glass or coin loupe is an essential tool for any collector. Get your coins graded. If you think you found a rare or valuable penny, consider sending it to a professional grading service. A high-grade rating can significantly increase the coin's value. Sell at auction. Once you've identified a valuable penny, consider selling it at a reputable auction house. These venues often attract serious collectors willing to pay top dollar. Why are people so captivated by pennies? Part of the appeal lies in their accessibility. Unlike rare gold coins or ancient artifacts, pennies are something everyone encounters daily. The idea that a humble 1-cent coin could be worth millions is both thrilling and inspiring. It's a reminder that treasures can be hiding in plain sight, just waiting to be discovered. And that's a wrap on today's journey into the fascinating world of the 1980 Lincoln penny. Who knew that something as small and ordinary as a penny could hold so much history, intrigue, and value? What if I told you that a simple penny sitting in your pocket right now could be worth up to $1.70 million? That's right, a single 1983 Lincoln cent could make you an overnight millionaire. Stick around, because in this video, we're diving deep into the fascinating history, the rare errors, and the surprising market value of one of the most intriguing coins in U.S. history. You don't want to miss this. Cut to an animation showing pennies being minted. To understand why the 1983 Lincoln penny has become the talk of coin collectors and enthusiasts, we need to rewind to the early 1980s. It was a time of change for U.S. currency. Before 1982, pennies were made primarily of 95% copper and 5% zinc, giving them a distinct weight and feel. But due to rising copper prices, the U.S. Mint made a crucial decision. Starting mid-1982, they began producing pennies with a core of 97.5% zinc and just a thin copper coating. This change would set the stage for one of the greatest mysteries in numismatics. Cue dramatic close-up of a 1983 penny under a magnifying glass. Here's where things get interesting. In 1983, during the transition to zinc-based pennies, a few coins were accidentally struck on leftover copper planchets from 1982. These rare errors, known as copper transition errors, are what makes certain 1983 pennies so incredibly valuable. Imagine finding a coin that was never supposed to exist, a true minting anomaly. Cut to a collector's showcase with labeled error coins. In fact, the most famous 1983 copper penny was discovered in 2019 and sold at auction for a jaw-dropping $1.7 million. This is why collectors are obsessed with checking every 1983 penny they come across. Switch to the host holding a magnifying glass and a penny. So, how can you tell if your 1983 penny is worth millions? First, you'll need to test its weight. Copper pennies from 1982 weigh about 3.11 grams, while the zinc pennies weigh only 2.5 grams. A small digital scale can help you figure this out quickly. If your 1983 penny weighs 3.11 grams, you might just have a copper error coin. Insert step-by-step instructions on weighing and examining coins. Next, you'll want to examine the coin's surface. Look for unusual markings, doubling in the lettering, or other minting errors. These details can add even more value. Show footage of an auction house. Now let's talk about the market. Rare coins, especially error coins like the 1983 copper penny, are highly sought after by collectors. The $1.7 million auction sale wasn't a fluke, it set a precedent. Even lesser-known error pennies from 1983 can fetch thousands of dollars. Overlay of auction listings for 1983 pennies, but before you cash in, you'll need to get your coin authenticated by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Authentication is crucial to ensure your penny is the real deal and to maximize its value at auction. Cue sentimental music with vintage footage of coins being used in everyday life. The 1983 Lincoln penny is more than just a coin, it's a piece of history, a testament to the fascinating world of minting errors and the stories they tell. It reminds us that even the smallest, most overlooked objects can hold immense value, both financially and historically. Standing in a cozy room filled with coins and collectibles. So, what are you waiting for? Go grab that jar of coins, rummage through your drawers, and start hunting for that elusive 1983 penny. Who knows? It's just a penny, right? A simple, copper-coated coin sitting unnoticed in your pocket. But what if I told you that a specific 1993 Lincoln penny could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.6 million? That's right. Today, we dive into the fascinating story of the 1993 Lincoln penny, a coin with a rich history, intriguing details, and an extraordinary value that's taken the coin-collecting world by storm. Close-up shots of various Lincoln pennies being examined under magnifying glasses. First, let's start with the basics. The Lincoln penny has been a staple of American currency since 1909, created to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The 1993 Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, as indicated by the small D mark below the year. Most of these coins were minted in zinc, coated with copper, and produced in the millions. Material: 97.5% zinc, 2.5% copper mintage. Over 7 billion. With over 7 billion produced, the 1993 Lincoln penny might seem like just another coin. But sometimes, rarity isn't about how many coins were made, it's about unique features, errors, or even one-of-a-kind stories behind certain specimens. Footage of collectors at a coin show, displaying their rare finds. So, why would a coin, a penny, no less, be worth millions of dollars? Rare coins capture the imagination of collectors due to their history, condition, and often, mysterious circumstances. The 1993 Lincoln penny has gained fame because of one extraordinary sale that shook the numismatic community. Overlay text: Numismatics, the study and collection of coins, currency, and metals. But before we get to the $1.6 million penny, let's talk about how coins are valued. Visual breakdown with animated text and images. There are four main factors that determine the value of a coin. The fewer coins available, the higher the demand. Condition/grade. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher grades being nearly flawless. Errors or varieties, misprints or production errors can make a coin exceptionally rare and valuable. Historical significance. Coins tied to a unique story or moment in history often command higher prices. Show examples of misprints, such as double dies, off-center strikes, or coins minted on the wrong planchet. Dramatic music swells as the screen transitions to a close-up of the $1.6 million penny. Now, let's uncover the legend of the $1.6 million 1993 Lincoln penny. In the world of numismatics, this particular coin is the holy grail for many collectors. While most 1993 pennies are common, this one stands out due to its pristine condition and exceptional rarity. Cut to footage of a coin auction with fast-paced bidding. In 2019, this coin sold for an astonishing $1.6 million at a private auction. Why? The answer lies in its flawless condition. graded as MS-70 by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. MS-70 means the coin is in perfect, mint state condition, a nearly impossible feat for pennies, which are prone to scratches and wear. Overlay text, MS-70, perfect mint state, show examples of other valuable coins with errors. Some experts speculate that this $1.6 million penny may have had an unusual minting process, such as a planchet error or double die obverse. However, the exact details remain a mystery, adding to its allure. Cut to interviews with coin experts sharing their thoughts that it's not just a coin, it's a piece of art, says one collector. The craftsmanship, the rarity, and the story make it priceless. Encourage viewers to check their coins. Here's the big question: could you have a valuable penny sitting in your collection? While the odds are slim, it's worth taking a closer look at your 1993 D pennies. Check for pristine condition, minimal scratches, wear, or discoloration, unusual features, misprints, double strikes, or other anomalies. Professional grading. Consider having your coin graded by PCGS or NGC. Montage of collectors showcasing their prized coins. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a curious beginner, the world of coin collecting is full of surprises. Every coin has a story to tell, and who knows? The next time you empty your pocket, you might just discover a hidden treasure. Uplifting music plays as the video ends with a call to action. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of the 1993 D Lincoln penny, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating stories about rare coins and collectibles. Have a coin you think might be valuable? Drop us a comment below, we'd love to hear your stories.